What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Masters Fantasy Show, brought to you by MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com. Joining me today, as always, Senior Draft Coordinator here at Masters, the Doc, Ryan Milletti. What's up, my man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, Kamish. How about yourself?
Good to hear, man. Just getting ready to watch some playoff football. Super excited for that. A little bit of information to pass along here at Masters. I mean, it's renewal season, which also means it's orphan team season. A lot of these teams, guys don't renew for whatever reason. Come visit us, MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com. Top of the page, you'll see the Orphan link. Tons of great teams getting posted. John Beast, the owner, man, every once in a while, he likes to toss out a super team and not tell anybody about it. So you definitely want to check those out. Refresh your screen. One of the best ways of getting on one of our Dynasty leagues, over 700 leagues, never folded a single one. If you buy an Orphan team, no deposit. So that's the benefit of buying that way. So go definitely come check that out. Not what we're here to talk about today, though. It's Dynasty football time, pretty much the topic on everybody's, head that loves fantasy football. 2022 season, I'm getting ready to fire up. I wanted to combine that with playoffs, kind of do something a little bit different. So we're going to be taking a look at some of the teams that got eliminated from the playoffs. First team being the Green Bay Packers. Going to put a dynasty spin on the show. I got to play an extra game. Some news came out. See if anything changed during the playoffs. If anything changed your opinion about anything. Green Bay Packers, dynasty football. Let's start with Aaron Rodgers, man. Obviously, I think, the biggest question mark right now, I'll kick it over to you. Dynasty football, the way they got eliminated. I mean, has anything changed with you and Aaron Rodgers?
Well, I gotta say it was a little. It wasn't the most convincing performance from Aaron Rodgers to make me think he's still elite. But then again, he was the MVP until that performance. So I don't know if I put too much stock into it, but I will say, I mean, he doesn't ever really seem to look great in the real cold weather, which is supposed to be Green Bay's, advantage kind of. And, that combined with the fact that their OC's already gone, has taken the Broncos job. Their quarterback's coach is already gone. I just can't see him. I can't see him staying in Green Bay. And I just think he's going to pull a move that a lot of these older quarterbacks pull and just try and fresh start, better scenery, like better situation maybe, which seems crazy to say because the Packers have been seemingly like the best team in the NFC or one of them for the past 4-5 years. Like it seems like they're just like a piece away every year and they blow it.
Yeah, regular season champs, man, every year.
Yeah.
And I just want to add this because, I mean, I do think Rodgers is elite. I mean, if you look at what he's done these last 2 years, I mean, minus the playoffs and obviously this terrible game against San Francisco. So I guess what I'm saying is I do think Rodgers' value has taken a hit, but I'm with you, man. I think he's gone. I think he's going to end up leaving Green Bay. All the writings on the wall.
Yeah.
I think, he looks for a situation. I don't know if he goes to Tampa. I think it is a great situation. Just same reason that Tom Brady went down there.
Right.
A lot of people talking about Denver, which, it's weird because I liked Denver last year. Judy didn't do much. Sutton didn't impress me. Font didn't impress me. Obviously love the running back situation there with Devonte. I'm not as high on Denver, although I do think
Right.
Aaron Rodgers makes all them guys look better.
Yeah, I would say.
I keep seeing memes or tweets with him in a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform, which as a Browns Bengals fans, I would hate that. I do kind of like the situation, though. I do think Rodgers will look for a place that benefits him offensively, the same way Tom Brady did. And if and when he does that, I think we got another MVP season on tap. So me personally, if you can buy the dip on Aaron Rodgers, sit back, let him pick a offensively loaded team, I think you'll benefit from it in the long run. Any thoughts, Doc?
I mean, yeah, I think I definitely agree with that. I keep thinking about it seemed like Peyton Manning leaving the Colts. You never thought he'd be way better somewhere else. But I mean, he put up his best season statistically with those Denver teams. Not saying that Rodgers should go to Denver. Obviously, it's a completely different situation. But I could see him going to a place like a Tampa Bay where maybe they rely on the run game a little bit less and kind of let him sling it around the park. Yeah. And then it would be like, like legit MVP Rodgers, like that we used to see, putting up crazy numbers. And the thing that we haven't mentioned yet is Devonte Adams, who it seems is like attached at the hip to Rodgers, and wherever he goes, Adams is going to try to go, is what it seems like. So
and I just seen a report too. It looks like Adams is looking for $30 million a year, maybe.
Yeah, I saw that too. I think he's probably the best receiver right now, but like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that money.
I don't think so either. I mean, and I guess so. Let's switch here to Devonte Adams. I'm with you, man. I kind of think those two may try to pair up and go somewhere, where there's kind of already another established number one, number two receiver, completely load that offense. Devonte Adams, though, from a dynasty point of view, I just been the uncertainty because we don't know if that's going to happen, if he's going to end up with Aaron Rodgers. I personally think Devonte Adams could be the type of guy that maybe takes the 30 million and goes to a team, desperate for offensive help, maybe even like a Jacksonville. And we never see, elite number one wide receiver numbers out of him again.
Yeah.
If he's not paired up with Aaron Rodgers, combine that with his age. For me, Devonte Adams is a huge sell now candidate. For me, I mean, I'm trying to cash in on this, last couple of years, what he's done, his relationship with Aaron Rodgers on the field, all that stuff in doubt. For me, Devonte Adams, one of my number one sell now guys, man, at his current value. Doc, agree or disagree?
Yeah, I actually really agree with it, just because, I mean, all of the factors you mentioned for sure. And add in the fact that, Adams, I mean, I guess my point is he actually ever going to like really increase his value? You've gotten great years out of him. I mean, there's like that small chance that, he's better, but realistically, what's most likely? He's probably worse than he has been with Aaron Rodgers these last few years. Yeah,
and I just want to add something too, because even if they go together somewhere, he's not going to be the lone wide receiver. I promise you that. Like,
yeah, like say he does go to Denver, and then Adam says, "Oh yeah, I'll come too." Well, I mean, Sutton, Judy, Hamler, Patrick, guys like that are better than like Lazard, Valdez, Scantling. I mean, overall by a lot, in my opinion. So, I mean, I agree. I think that takes a little bit off of Devonte Adams' production. And like I said, if you're playing the odds game, the odds are like more likely than not that he's going to be in a worse situation than he was in last year. So for that reason, I agree with you. I'm not willing to wait and see, because he's getting older too. Like if he was like a Jamar Chase kind of guy, like real young, maybe I'd say, you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to hold on and see what happens. But yeah, with all the things combined, all the aspects of the situation, I don't think I'd be wanting to hold on to Devonte Adams till this whole situation is ironed out.
I'm with you. All right, going to switch here to the backup quarterback position, because I got a question for you on that. So let's say Rodgers leaves. Good chance Jordan Love is a free agent in your league. Probably going to be entering into the rookie draft. Devonta Adams probably gone too, so who knows what that offense is going to look like. Let's just say Adams is gone for the sake of this argument. Jordan Love stepping in as the starter. Stack them up against some of the quarterbacks coming in as rookies this year. Where would you consider taking Jordan Love in the upcoming rookie draft, or would you not draft him at all?
I would definitely draft him, I would say. Just knowing that he's probably going to be a starter. I'm not really crazy about any of the quarterbacks in this draft. So, I mean, situation could dictate it. But, I mean, honestly, I think it's pretty attractive to get a guy who talent-wise has been compared to guys like Mahomes and whatnot, just with pure arm talent. Add in the fact that, I mean, they'd lose weapons, but, I mean, they probably would actually draft a receiver, which is hilarious that they are going to wait until now to do it, but they'll probably do it.
That's hilarious. You're right.
And add in the fact too that they have a really good running game. They've got a good offensive line, and I like Matt LaFleur a lot as a coach, and I know they're losing their offensive coordinator and quarterback coach, all that good stuff. But I have faith that LaFleur will at least get him to a point where he's like middle of the road, like worth having on your roster. And then, maybe they hit on a draft pick here and there, add someone in free agency. I don't know, and that could help his value tremendously. I mean, at the end of the day, I think I take that 10 times out of 10 over any of the incoming rookies right now.
Yeah, I think I would too. That's why I asked. I think he'd be my number one quarterback on the draft board. Kind of we'll see where some of these guys land. I mean, I guess that could change the situation a little bit.
Right.
But I actually think it's a great call. And going back to LaFleur and the Packers draft, as you were saying that, I could see him drafting 2 wide receivers this year. And then just how crazy would that be? Rodgers leaves, you go draft 2 wide receivers. All right, we'll switch over to the running backs finally. Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, your thoughts in Dynasty football. And for the sake of the argument, we're going to say Aaron Rodgers is gone. Jordan Love steps in. How do you feel about Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon?
I think it's going to be one of the best, if not the best, tandem of running backs in the league next year, because I think they're going to lean on them heavy. I think we saw this year that they can both put up productive games. I think the only duo I can think of that'll push them for the crown would still be Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. But, injuries have kind of derailed that a little bit. So
I'm still hoping they get rid of Hunt, but go ahead.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
From a fantasy perspective.
Yeah.
I'd like to
agree.
see Hunt lead his own backfield. I don't know, just tossing that out there.
I agree. That would be sweet. But yeah, I think both of these guys will be productive. They're going to lean on the run. They're going to try and make it easy for Jordan Love. So yeah, I think, Aaron Jones is probably going to get used quite a bit because they have a lot of money tied into him, and AJ Dillon again too, another high pick. So he's going to get work too. We saw it this year. I think we'll see it again next year. I'd like to have either of these guys.
Yeah. So interesting that you like them both better with Rodgers gone. I hadn't even really considered that till you said it.
I don't know that I like them better. I just don't think there'll be much of a drop off from production, and I think they'll get more opportunity, I guess, is kind of what I'm going for.
Right,
so it could be better.
I mean, opportunity, should lead to more fantasy points for them. And I was just kind of racking my brain as you was talking. And I think I love Aaron Jones. I think he's been great. He's really benefited, from Aaron Rodgers and that passing game. I do think if they go to a more traditional lineup, run the ball, I kind of like Dillon's value catching up a little bit.
Right.
These next couple seasons. The only thing I could see stopping that would be him showing up to camp looking like Eddie Lacy. That'd be the guy's a workhorse, man. He's tough to tackle. I don't know if it was you or Dynasty Al. I mean, one day we were, kind of comparing this guy to Derrick Henry in ways not quite as big. I mean, a violent runner, very tough to bring to the ground. So, I mean, I love Dillon. I'll say this too, man. I think a lot of dynasty owners, if Aaron Rodgers gets shipped out, it's just going to be poo-poo. Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon. I'm not saying everybody, but look, we all know there's, different caliber. Some guys just Rodgers is gone.
Yeah.
The heck with that whole Green Bay offense. It's going to be a fire sale on Green Bay Packers.
Right.
When and if that happens, man, go look to get a deal on AJ Dillon, man.
Absolutely. I love that. And Jones too. I think there'll be a lot of dump offs from Jordan Love if I had to guess. So I mean, I'm a little bit worried about the fact that he's not Aaron Rodgers and teams could load the box up a touch, but again, I think LaFleur can do enough
because I keep thinking if Devonta's gone, if Rodgers is gone. I mean, I do worry about Aaron Jones just a little bit being the focal point, right? Where I feel like Dillon, man, just you could just get this guy the ball and get 5 yards out of it. We'll see.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't love Aaron Jones quite as much as everybody. I mean, dude, he was amazing again this year. And I mean, it's been hurting me not drafting him every year. So maybe it's time for
he's a tough one to figure out.
Yeah. All right, good stuff. Are we missing? Okay, one last question. And this is just, a scenario. Rodgers is gone. Adams is gone. Who's the wide receiver you want in Green Bay if they don't draft anybody that's currently on the roster?
Well, I think Lazard's a free agent too. So with that in mind, I'll say Amari Rogers. He was a rookie this year, didn't get a ton of work because they brought in Cobb to kind of appease Aaron Rodgers. I think he's a guy that could probably start in the slot for them next year. And a lot of people kind of probably don't even know who it is or totally forgot he's even on a team. So
Yeah, it'll be
I think that's
interesting.
a sneaky one you
I think
could pick up too.
when all that happens, he's going to be one of them guys that we talk about, going into the offseason, a guy that's just sitting on the free agent waiver wire that all of a sudden's getting picked up again in the second round, third round, because guys dropped them and,
Right.
I mean, moved on.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm with you. I think that was the right call. That was the wide receiver I would have chose too. Jordan Love, Amari Rogers, roll the dice and see what happens, man. I mean, and as you've seen, a lot of these young, rookie wide receivers from last year, man, flashed. Amari Rogers, man, could have that same electricity. I'd like to see it. Looking at like Kadarius Toney, a bunch of it was another guy, Amon Ra, and I seen Amari Rogers, man. In some drafts, I mean, he was going a little bit after them guys, but man, Amon Ra, a couple picks later, Rodgers. I think I even seen somewhere he went ahead because he was in that Green Bay offense. So I think it's a good call. Keep an eye out for him. If you can't pick him up in the rookie draft, maybe someone has him on their roster. Could probably go get him for next to nothing, especially if they ain't got no picks. Toss that along. One of my favorite things to do this time of the year. Go look around, man, in your league, see who doesn't have any picks. Or, throw us a second, third rounders.
Oh, yeah.
And invite them to the draft with us. So, all right, good stuff as always, Doc. Thanks so much for you guys for watching. If you could hit the like and subscribe button, love for you to come be a part of the Masters family. We're going to be doing all the playoff teams here in the next week or so. So keep an eye out for them. Any last words, Doc?
No, that's it.